Chen's Marketplace had been a fixture in Seattle's retail landscape for 30 years. What started as my father's small corner store had grown into a chain of 12 upscale supermarkets known for their quality imported goods and traditional customer service. But as I stood in our flagship store's management office, watching my brother David's face turn red with anger, I knew one era was about to end. "Your digital transformation nonsense stops now," David snapped, waving a printout of my latest proposal. "We're a family business, Sarah. Our customers come here for the personal touch, not, what did you call it? Omnichannel retail experiences. My name is Sarah Chen, and at 32, I was about to be fired from my family's business, not because I was wrong, but because I was right too soon. The market is changing. I tried one last time. Online grocery delivery grew 400% last year alone. If we don't adapt, enough." David slammed his hand on the desk. "You've wasted hundreds of thousands on your pet projects, mobile apps, delivery partnerships, inventory automation. None of it fits our brand." I glanced at Dad, sitting quietly in the corner. James Chen had built this business from nothing after immigrating from China, but lately he'd stepped back, letting David run things. My brother had always been his golden child, the one who thought exactly like him. "Dad," I said softly, "you taught us that innovation keeps businesses alive. Remember when you revolutionized Asian grocery imports in the 90s? This is the same thing. The world is changing." Dad's face remained impassive. "Some changes aren't worth making, Sarah. Our customers like things the way they are." "Really?" I pulled up sales figures on my tablet. "Is that why our revenue has dropped 15% in the last quarter? Why our customer base is aging? Why Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh are eating into our market share?" "Because you've distracted us from our core business," David shouted. "While you've been playing with your tech toys, our traditional operations have suffered. Well, it ends today." He pulled out a formal letter. "The board, which you'd know includes Dad and me as majority shareholders, has voted to terminate your employment, effective immediately. We're also canceling all technology initiatives and returning to our traditional business model." My hands shook slightly as I took the letter. 10 years of work of trying to drive our family business into the digital age ended with 2 signatures. "Security will escort you out," David continued, pressing a button on his desk. "Your access to all company systems has already been revoked." I looked at Dad again, seeing not anger but something worse. Disappointment. He'd never understood why his daughter, with her Stanford MBA, couldn't just accept the old ways of doing business. "You'll regret this," I said quietly, gathering my things. "Not because you fired me, but because you're choosing to be blind to the future." "The only thing I regret," David replied, "is letting you waste so much time and money on your tech fantasies. Chen's Marketplace is about tradition, about personal service, not apps and algorithms." 2 security guards appeared at the door. As they led me through the store, past employees I'd worked with for years, I held my head high. Let them see. Let them remember. Only when I reached my car did I allow myself to smile. Poor David. So confident in his victory, so certain he'd stopped my tech fantasies just in time. He had no idea what was really happening. My phone buzzed. A message from Marcus, my secret partner, and former head of it at Chen's. Everything transferred before they cut access. Project Phoenix is ready. Perfect timing. For the past 18 months, while fighting my losing battle to modernize Chen's Marketplace, I'd been building something on the side. A new kind of retail platform that combined the best of traditional grocery with cutting-edge technology. Every failed proposal to my family had actually been a test run. Every rejected innovation refined and improved in secret. The Seattle office of my startup, Phoenix Market, looked nothing like Chen's traditional stores. Housed in a converted warehouse, it hummed with the energy of developers, data scientists, and retail innovators. The space my family would have called industrial and cold was actually the command center of a retail revolution. "Status report," I called out, entering the main floor. "Mobile app downloads exceeding projections," Lisa, my head of digital, reported. "Early access customers love the AI-powered shopping lists and recipe integration." "Delivery network is ready," Marcus added. "Fleet of electric vans fully automated and tested. We can guarantee 1-hour delivery across the entire Seattle metro area." I nodded, watching our systems track inventory, predict demand patterns, and optimize delivery routes in real time. Everything my family had rejected as unnecessary technology was here, working perfectly. What about the Amazon integration? I asked. Conference call in 10 minutes, Marcus grinned. Their exec team is excited. Nobody's ever pitched them a partnership quite like this. While Chen's Marketplace struggled to compete with Amazon Fresh, I developed a different approach. Instead of fighting the e-commerce giant, we become their premium local partner, handling specialty and ethnic groceries through their platform while maintaining our own independent operation. My phone buzzed again. A news alert about Chen's Marketplace's latest quarterly results. More declining sales, more lost market share. The stock price was dropping as investors worried of the company's failure to adapt to changing market conditions. Sarah, Marcus appeared at my office door. Your brother's on CNBC right now talking about their return to traditional values. I turned up the volume, watching David defend his decision to abandon all digital initiatives. Chen's Marketplace is about personal service, about knowing our customers, he declared proudly. We're not going to chase tech trends at the expense of our core values. The interviewer pressed him, but with online grocery delivery growing exponentially, how will you compete? Our customers come to us for the experience, David insisted. They want to select their own produce, to talk to knowledgeable staff. You can't replicate that online. I smiled, thinking of our AI-powered product recommendation system that knew customers' preferences better than any human could. Our computer vision technology that could select better produce than most experienced staff. Time for the Amazon call, Marcus reminded me. The next hour would change everything, but not just for me, for the entire retail industry. David thought he was protecting our family's legacy by clinging to the past. He was about to learn that true legacy isn't about preserving old methods, but about evolving to serve customers better. Ready to launch? Lisa asked as I headed to the conference room. I thought about Dad's face when he signed my termination letter, about David's smugness in thinking he'd stop change from coming. Ready, I confirmed. Time to show them what the future of retail really looks like. The next few hours would transform not just my career, but the entire concept of what a family business could become. But that's another story, one that begins with a simple announcement that would make my brother choke on his morning coffee. Amazon announces revolutionary partnership with Phoenix Market, transforming local grocery delivery. The morning after the Amazon announcement, I sat in Phoenix Market's command center watching our systems light up with activity. The partnership news had broken at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. By 9 a.m. Pacific, our app downloads had crashed our servers twice. 20,000 new customers in 3 hours, Lisa reported, monitoring the analytics dashboard. Social media's exploding. Everyone wants to know how a startup nobody's heard of landed an exclusive Amazon partnership. I smiled, thinking of the 18 months of secret development that had made this possible. While my family focused on traditional retail metrics, we'd built something that redefined the entire grocery experience. Sarah, Marcus burst into the room. You need to see this. Chen's Marketplace stock is in freefall, down 30% since the market opened. I pulled up the financial news on my tablet. The headlines were brutal. Chen's Marketplace future in doubt as Amazon partners with innovative competitor. Traditional grocery chain faces digital disruption. Former executive's new venture threatens family business legacy. My phone buzzed. David's number. I let it go to voicemail. CNBC wants an interview, Lisa said. They're calling us the future of hybrid retail. Before I could respond, the security desk called. Ms. Chen, your father is here. I froze. Dad hadn't tried to contact me since the day they fired me. Send him up. He looked older somehow, standing in the doorway of our ultra-modern office. His eyes took in the screens showing real-time data analytics, the developers coding new features, the electric delivery vans being loaded in our automated warehouse. This is what you were trying to tell us, he said quietly. All those proposals, all those ideas we rejected. This is just the beginning, I replied. Would you like to see how it really works? For the next hour, I showed him everything. The AI system that learned customer preferences and automatically suggested recipes based on dietary restrictions and past purchases. The computer vision technology that sorted produce better than human hands. The automated warehouse where robots picked and packed orders with 99.9% accuracy. That's why Amazon chose us. I explained as we watched the system work. We're not just another delivery service. We've reinvented the entire grocery experience. And our customers? Dad asked. The ones who like traditional shopping? I pulled up our customer interface. They can still have it. Our stores combine digital convenience with personal service. Watch. I showed him how customers could chat with real product experts through the app, how our smart shopping carts guided people through physical stores while suggesting complementary items, how our system remembered every preference and interaction. This isn't destroying tradition, I said softly. It's evolving it, making it better. Dad was quiet for a long moment. Your brother is calling an emergency board meeting. Chen's stock has lost almost half its value since your announcement. I know. He wants to sue you, claims you stole company secrets. I laughed. Everything we built here is original. Every innovation they rejected, we developed from scratch. Check the patents. Before he could respond, Marcus rushed in. Sarah, you need to see this. Chen's just announced they're launching their own delivery service. They're trying to partner with Instacart. I pulled up their press release and shook my head. Too little, too late. They still don't understand. This isn't about delivery. It's about reimagining the entire retail experience. As if to prove my point, our screens lit up with new data. The lunchtime rush was starting, and our AI was already adjusting delivery routes, predicting demand spikes, ensuring every order would arrive exactly when promised. 3 minutes average delivery delay, Lisa announced proudly, across 5,000 active orders. Dad watched the system work, and I saw something change in his expression. The same look he had 30 years ago when he first realized he could revolutionize Asian grocery imports. The board meeting, he said slowly. Would you come? I hesitated. To what end? To show them this. All of it, before we make another mistake. 2 hours later, I stood in Chen's Marketplace's familiar boardroom. The same room where they'd fired me, now filled with panicked board members watching their investment collapse. David was mid-rant when I walked in. Have to stop them. They're destroying everything we've built. No, I said clearly. We're building something better, and you can either adapt or become obsolete. What followed was the most intense presentation of my life. I showed them everything, the technology, the customer data, the growth projections. With each slide, the reality of their situation became clearer. We're not just losing market share, I concluded. We're losing the future. Every day you cling to outdated methods, you fall further behind. So what's your point? David snapped. You've won. Come to gloat. I've come to offer a partnership. The room went silent. Phoenix Market has the technology and innovation. Chen's Marketplace has the brand recognition and supplier relationships. Together, we could dominate the market. A merger? One board member asked. A transformation, I corrected. Chen's stores become hybrid locations, traditional shopping enhanced by our technology. Our delivery network handles online orders. Both brands grow stronger together. And who would run this transformed company? David asked tightly. We both would. You understand traditional retail operations. I understand digital innovation. We need both. The board deliberations lasted 6 hours. In the end, survival instinct won out over pride. Chen's Marketplace would merge with Phoenix Market, creating a new kind of retail company that bridged tradition and innovation. The next few months were intense, converting Chen's stores with our technology, training staff on the new systems, helping customers adapt to the changes. But the results were undeniable. Sales grew 200% in the first quarter. Customer satisfaction hit record highs. The stock price recovered and then soared as investors recognized the potential of our hybrid model. David struggled at first, but eventually found his groove running our premium in-store experiences. Turned out he was right about some customers wanting personal service. He just hadn't understood how technology could enhance rather than replace it. Dad spent more time in the business than he had in years, fascinated by how we'd reinvented his original vision. You saw the future, he told me one day. Just like I saw the potential in imported groceries 30 years ago. I forgot that innovation doesn't stop. 1 year after the merger, I stood in our flagship store, now a showcase of how traditional retail and cutting-edge technology could work together. The historic Chen's Marketplace sign hung above our smart shopping carts. Customers chatted with knowledgeable staff while our AI offered personalized recommendations through their phones. "Excuse me," an elderly customer approached. "Are you Sarah Chen, the one who made all these changes?" I nodded, slightly nervous. Many of our longtime customers had initially resisted the digital transformation. "I just wanted to say thank you," she smiled. "I still come in to shop because I love the atmosphere, but I use your app for deliveries when my arthritis acts up. It's the best of both worlds." That's when I knew we'd succeeded, not just in saving the family business, but in making it better. We hadn't destroyed tradition, we'd helped it evolve. Last week, a young entrepreneur asked my advice after a retail conference. "My family's business is struggling with digital transformation," she said. "They're afraid of losing their identity." I showed her our flagship store's command center, where traditional retail expertise merged seamlessly with cutting-edge technology. "Innovation doesn't mean abandoning your roots," I told her. "It means helping them grow in new directions. Sometimes the best way to honor tradition is to help it evolve." David joined us in the command center, now comfortable among the screens and data flows. "Tell her about the time you got fired," he grinned, "and how it was the best thing that ever happened to the family business." We'd come a long way from that day in the boardroom. The company continued to grow and innovate, but now we did it together. Tradition and technology, past and future, family and progress all working in harmony. As I write this from my office overlooking our hybrid retail operation, I think about how far we've come. The tech fantasies that got me fired have transformed not just our family business, but the entire retail industry. Dad still comes to work every day, proud to see his immigrant's dream evolve into something he never imagined. David has become a champion of innovation, always pushing us to find new ways to enhance the customer experience. And me? I learned that true innovation isn't about destroying the old to make way for the new. It's about finding ways to make them work together, creating something better than either could be alone. After all, family businesses, like families themselves, don't have to choose between tradition and progress. They just need the courage to let both grow together.